It's invisible. It has no color, no smell, and no taste. And yet, without it, every living thing on Earth would stop in seconds. This is the story of oxygen, the air we breathe, the gas that changed our planet, and the reason life exists at all. Billions of years ago, Earth was not the peaceful blue world we know today. It was a wild and dangerous planet, full of fire, smoke, and toxic air. Volcanoes covered the land, the sky was orange, and the oceans were full of strange chemicals. There were no plants, no animals, not even a breath of oxygen. Only tiny, simple forms of life lived in the dark oceans, feeding on minerals and gases. The planet was alive, but just barely. Then something small and unexpected changed everything. Deep in the oceans, tiny blue-green bacteria began to use sunlight to make food. This process was called photosynthesis. As they worked, they released a strange new gas, oxygen. At first, it seemed useless. It even destroyed many of the other microbes that could not survive in it. But slowly, this new gas began to fill the oceans and then the skies. The oceans turned rusty red as oxygen reacted with iron in the water. This created giant layers of rock that still exist today, known as banded iron formations. Over millions of years, the oxygen kept building up. It was the start of what scientists call the Great Oxygenation Event, one of the most important moments in Earth's history. It took almost 1 billion years, but oxygen changed everything. The new oxygen-rich world was tough for some life forms, but full of opportunity for others. Life began to use oxygen to make more energy. Cells grew stronger, smarter, and more complex. They started to work together, forming groups, tissues, and eventually, the first simple animals. The gas that once killed life now made it grow faster. Oxygen became the fuel for evolution. Then came a time of explosion, the Cambrian explosion. Around 540 million years ago, life suddenly became more diverse and complex. The oceans filled with creatures that could move, see, and hunt. There were jellyfish, trilobites, worms, and early fish. This was evolution taking its first deep breath, and oxygen made it possible. Soon after, something green took over the land. Plants learned how to photosynthesize just like bacteria, and they spread across the earth. Moss, ferns, and trees began to grow, turning barren land into forests. These plants released even more oxygen, transforming the air into what we breathe today. The sky turned blue, and the planet began to look alive. At one point, oxygen levels became even higher than they are now, almost 35%. In that rich air, life grew huge. Dragonflies were the size of birds, and insects ruled the skies. Imagine walking through a forest and hearing the hum of wings larger than your hand. Oxygen made animals bigger, stronger, and faster than ever before. Oxygen also gave the world a new force: fire. Before oxygen, flames could not exist. But now, lightning strikes could set forests ablaze. Fire became a natural part of life, destroying some things but creating space for new growth. Even today, oxygen makes every flame possible, from forest fires to the candlelight in your home. But the story of oxygen doesn't begin on Earth. The oxygen we breathe was born in stars. Long ago, massive stars exploded and spread oxygen across the galaxy. That stardust became part of new worlds, including ours. So when you take a breath, you're breathing the product of ancient stars. In a way, we are all made from the same material as the universe itself. As time passed, animals evolved ways to use oxygen better. They grew lungs, blood, and hearts to move oxygen through their bodies. It powered their muscles, helped their brains think, and gave life the energy to move and explore. Without oxygen, there would be no running, no flying, no thinking, no humans. But oxygen is fragile. Its balance in the air must stay just right. Too much, and the planet burns. Too little, and life struggles. Today, this balance is under pressure again. Forests are being cut down, and the oceans are warming. Tiny ocean plants called phytoplankton, which make most of our oxygen, are slowly declining. The air we take for granted is quietly changing. We often forget that the oxygen we breathe comes mostly from the sea, not just from trees. Each breath we take depends on invisible life beneath the waves. When we harm the oceans, we harm our own air. Every inhale is a gift from countless living things that came before us. When you look beyond Earth, you realize how rare this is. Mars and Venus, our neighbors, have almost no oxygen at all. They are silent, airless worlds. Only Earth breathes. Only here does the wind carry life. Oxygen is what makes our planet shine blue among the stars. Every breath you take connects you to everything that ever lived. The oxygen in your lungs may have once been in a dinosaur, a fern, or a fish swimming millions of years ago. The same air has been recycled through time, through storms, forests, and creatures long gone. You are part of that endless cycle. We breathe in what the trees and oceans make, and we breathe out what they need in return. It's a silent partnership, the most ancient exchange on Earth. The story of oxygen is the story of life itself, fragile, powerful, and eternal. And that was the story of oxygen, how an invisible gas shaped life, death, and everything in between. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Nature's Diary for more journeys through our living planet. See you next time.